Hello, crystals and crackpots. My name is TBsGuy, and welcome back to Final Fantasy IX, where we have reached the woods at Macalania, and now we just have to make our way through them, I guess. So we're going this way. Oh, hey, that guy looks familiar, doesn't he? It's kind of like the thing we fought with Tidus way back at the start of the game. Anyway, hit him in the face. These guys are fairly uncomplicated as enemies go. I think they can inflict poison under certain circumstances, but other than that, you just hit them until they die. Hello.
Master Seymour awaits. Please hurry to Macalania Temple.
So speaking of the Guado, we've spoken already about how the Guado, historically in the context of this world, have a little bit of a supremacy thing. Just a little tiny bit. And that does come into play with Seymour.
Everyone, focus on the enemy.
Good advice, Lulu. That does come into play a little bit with Seymour. Not in the sense that it's, like, that important to his character, but that you do get the sense that somewhere in his past was, like... Oh, right, damn it. The Brotherhood is terrible here. That somewhere in his past, like, that kind of attitude played a role in him becoming who he has ended up becoming. I love the music here. It's so chill. And then you get into a fight, and then it's not chill anymore at all. Anyway, Rikku, keep stealing stuff. Well, maybe not high potions. Ow. And there's the damn poison. Okay, what do we want to do about that? Yes, just take the damage. There we go. Waka really desperately needs more strength. Not that much point using a high potion on him.
This ends now.
Okay, swap her out for Kimari. You get in here. Hit it in the face. Yuna hits him with Cura. That should take care of the health problem.
Hooray!
And then Auron kills it. There we go.
That's how it's done.
Oh!
Have you seen Donna?
Donna? Can't say I have.
What's up? We got separated on the way here. Damn it all! I've got to find her!
Calm down.
But if anything happens to her...
Running around in a panic is not going to help. Right now, you have to keep cool and search.
But...
Guard your emotions, then guard your summoner.
You're right.
Shall we search?
No, I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you, Sir Auron.
Bartelo has excellent himbo energy.
What's up?
Oh, I just wanted to wish him good luck.
So you've probably noticed that the start of the game is pretty strongly characterized by, like, you get into situations where you have a party member who can just, like, show up and kill a thing in one hit. Like, they're the solution to the problem. Bring them in, hit the thing once, problem solved, end the battle with absolutely no damage taken. That goes away a little bit, like, slowly sort of goes away. You still have characters that are more ideal than others for a situation, but you get fewer and fewer situations as you go where you can just bring in someone who's, like, strictly superior and can just finish off even, like, normal enemies. It becomes more and more a thing of, okay, these people can do it more efficiently, but it's not like it's gonna be without, like, in just one turn. Which I've always liked about the difficulty level of this game, like the way that it's paced, the way that it's managed, that is like, you can always kill enemies pretty easily so long as you just keep your head cool, and... Hang on, that's a water elemental, isn't it? Yep. So long as you keep your head cool...
Shield us from watery woe.
And act strategically, you can always deal with pretty much any situation fairly easily, but... Can you hit it? No, it doesn't have enough accuracy. Fair enough. But it does ramp up in a nice way where if you haven't
Don't look so shocked.
come along to figuring out, like, how the combat system works and like how to pace things correctly, you will, like, take a ton of damage even from regular fights. And think about, like, because this game has this turn-based system, it never really feels unfair. Like, it never really feels like, oh god, like, I can't believe that happened. It never feels like you didn't react in time, for example, because you have infinite reaction time if you want it. And it very rarely feels like something just kind of gets sprung on you from outside with no warning, which I appreciate.
You're wasting our time.
Hey! Lulu hits hard.
Thinking isn't solving anything.
I love this guy's voice.
A butterfly with rainbow wings will lead the way to secret things.
Or gal, or non-binary person, who knows. Anyway, this is a minigame. And I don't... Like, you activate that butterfly, and then you have to run along and try and catch the correct butterflies, and if you catch the wrong butterflies, then you get into a fight with some enemies and lose. And it's a whole thing. There's not really any important items locked behind it either. Ooh, a chimera! Been looking forward to fighting one of these. Oh yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt a lot. Ow. Like I said, the difficulty rating, like the difficulty level of the game goes up at a pretty sort of steady, sensible clip. And the Chimera here is one of the moments where you run into an enemy who can really, like, just bust up your entire team with some of the things that it's able to do, because, among other things, it has Aqua Breath, which is a problem. Because that hits your entire party with a ton of damage, and it's also got the Megiddo Flame, which equally is troublesome to deal with. And that's, right there, the reason why it didn't take a turn is because I silenced it, so it couldn't cast a spell. We can get Rikku out and get Cheetahs back in. Between him and Kimari, I think I'll have Auron finish it off and see if I can get an overkill.
Enough.
Yeah!
No time to waste. Let's go.
So, there's a boss fight up ahead, not that far from here. Don't think I need to prepare for it yet, though. Hey, another one. That reminds me, I stole a crap ton of light curtains. So I wonder if not I am able to teach Vala 4 Shell and Protect. Excellent. Didn't get enough lunar curtains, though. Oh well. Good, but that's gonna be pretty powerful for Vala 4. Excellent. Ah, Auron has learned Threaten. That's a lovely ability. I'll show it to you in a second if we run into another Chimera. La, 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 la. Ow. Okay, Yuna, would you please? Actually, I forgot to have you in on a thing. You take this experience. Ba-boom! 9,999. That's the first time that's happened this game. La 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 la. End the battle. But that means I get to show you Threaten, which is fun. It doesn't work on all enemies, but the ones it does work on...
Do not move.
Auron just scares the crap out of them and then they stand still for a while. It is not the same mechanic as delay. Tidus's delay. It's more like a temporary stop. Even though it's not actually a stop status, but it's a temporary version of that. Which is quite lovely. They just freeze in place. It's adorable. Ooh. And then eventually they do come back to, you know. Is that worth it? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's see if we can get Thunder. No. Okay, well. Screw me, I guess. I'm so bad at Wakka's reels, I'm just impatient. I always go too fast. Onyx Shield, that's magic defense plus 10%, yeah. That'll be useful in a second. Hey, Wakka.
Welcome. Holiday prices on all items in celebration of Maester Seymour Guado's wedding. Too expensive, you think?
Yeah.
How about this?
Let's just hackle him down a little bit. There we go. That's better. That's better. So, Sonic Steel is a weapon that has first strike, which is exactly what it sounds like. It allows your character to always strike first in battle. But what's even better is that if your character is already the fastest person on the field and would strike first anyway, they get an extra turn. So it gives you like a double turn to start the battle with. It can be very useful like to avoid running into a battle with an enemy that will just like that like will cast some kind of destructive spell on you or inflict some kind of status change right away, or an enemy you want to run away from. If there's an enemy group that you really don't like fighting, having first strike on will allow you to just avoid them. Can I go back this way right now? No. Well, I can get my Albed primer.
Wait. It is here. Somewhere.
What's here?
Something you should see.
But, Sir Orin...
It won't take long.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
This place... It's just water, isn't it?
This is what spheres are made of. It absorbs and preserves people's memories.
What's that?
Fiends are also attracted to these places.
Gee, thanks. Let's see. I can't remember if I can slow it, but I can give it a shot. No? No luck. Okay. And now we're gonna need Orin to come in and just do one thing. Power break it. There we go. Okay, good. Titus cast haste on... Well, cast haste on someone else, actually. Let's get Lulu in first. So, that thing cast water when Orin hit it, which means it was vulnerable to thunder. Now, every time I hit it with a physical attack, or any kind of attack, really, it's gonna do... or rather... Anytime I hit it with the magic attack that it's weak to, it's going to shift its element to something else. And I can't tell what it is because, as you can tell, it's immune to sensors. The only way to figure out what it has shifted its element to is to do this. Because then it will counter with whatever element it currently has. Which, you know, good. And then you have to hit it with... that with the opposite of that particular element. So given that this time around it was thunder, I have to hit it with lightning. Do I want to bother with... Okay. It also means that your physical attack character is like mostly useless in this fight because it has like just a crap ton of defense that they can't penetrate. Which is why you rather get Yuna and you have her maintain the various null spells on your party to minimize the damage that they take, and then a single physical attacker to figure out what it's weak to. I don't have any Aeons with a thing ready, do I? No. But yeah, your main damage dealer for this entire fight is Lulu. Because she's the only one who can really lay the hurt down on it. Well, her and Yuna. Like, Yuna's Aeons can do it too, but they are, like, it's going to shift its element and then it's going to be useless. But yeah, the reason why I used Power Break on it is so that its physical attacks would be weak, which is good and useful for a number of reasons, not the least of which is that it has a really strong physical attack that it's been very kind not to use yet, but which takes away, like, I think it's like 50% of your character's health if it is not mitigated somehow. But since I had Orin use Power Break on it, it only takes away 25% of the damage. I don't know what element it is. Okay, Lulu, find out. What element is it? It's still water, okay. But yeah, if you, again, it's one of those, if you make the right preparations, this fight is completely trivial, but if you don't know those mechanics ahead of time, it takes a while to figure it out, and it does a ton of damage in the meantime. Okay, Titus, haste yourself. And then Yuna, please hit it with your staff to figure out what the hell the element is. Or Titus do it. Thunder this time. There it is. That's press. And that would have hurt me real bad if I hadn't used Power Break on it ahead of time. La 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 la. I forgot what the element was. Let's figure it out. Yuna, whack it. Water, right, need thunder. Smack. If I recall correctly, it has about 10,000 HP. So once you really start laying the hurt down, it's not that difficult. And water again. Okay. Ow. Well, why don't we just kill it then? Okay. Ow. 5 is about as much as I can manage. Man, I hate doing that overdrive on this control. Like, I've on an Xbox One controller, and they have these little ridges on the top of the thumbstick that are great if you're using it as a thumbstick, but when you put your palm on it and you're just frantically rotating it, it's not so great. Jecht's sphere.
Whoa, this is old. Don't know if you can play it back.
Jecht left it here 10 years ago. Play it back.
Mm-hmm.
What are you taking?
Well, you said it was gonna be a long trip. We'll be seeing a lot of neat things, right? So I thought I'd record it all in this. To show to my wife and kid, you know.
This is no pleasure cruise.
Hey, Braska. Ain't this supposed to be a grand occasion? We're the cheering fans, the crying women.
This is it. Too many goodbyes. People think twice about leaving.
If you say so. Well, it better be a lot more colorful when we come back. A parade for Braska, vanquisher of sin.
We should go. Day will break soon. Oren, could you stand closer to him? Good. That should do it.
Notice the asymmetry between Oren and Jecht, by the way.
What's the matter? Afraid I might bite?
Jecht.
Braska, you should take one too. It'll make a great gift for little Yuna.
Notice all the scars Jecht has at this point, too.
Lord Braska, we shouldn't be wasting our time like this.
What's the hurry, man? Ugh.
Let me tell you what the hurry is.
Oren.
What's the point?
Okay, let's just wait there. So the asymmetry between Oren and Jecht is that they have a different arm uncovered, each of them. It's a small thing, like Oren has one arm in his sleeve and then the other one out of the sleeve, and Jecht has one arm covered in, like, armor, and then the other one out of the sleeve, and they're opposite arms. And there's an opposition in their character design as well, like, where Oren is very dressed up at this point, like, he's got this chest plate, he's got the coat, he's got, like, he's, like, very well sort of covered up. Jecht is, like, frankly walking around naked. It's, like, chest out, like, showing off his body. So there's this asymmetry between them where Oren does look comparatively a lot more uptight, like a lot more cleaned up, whereas Jecht with the stubble and the hair and like the hair falling down on one side and the headband and shit like that looks much more like a freaking hobo by comparison. It's these little moments of just good basic character design. It's nothing exceptional, really. It's just when you want to craft a dynamic between two characters like they do with Jecht and Oren, that's how you do it. That's how you instantly visually create a contrast that the audience can understand and use to inform their understanding of the characters.
He wasn't on some pleasure cruise.
I think there's more.
Hey, if you're sitting there watching this, it means you're stuck in Spira like me. You might not know when you'll get back home, but you better not be crying. Although I guess I'd understand. But you know what? There's a time when you have to stop crying and move on. You'll be fine. Remember, you're my son. And, well, never mind, I'm no good at these things.
You don't say, Jecht.
Anyways, I believe in you. Be good. Goodbye.
He sounded almost serious, but it was too late.
He was serious. Jecht had already accepted his fate.
His fate?
Jecht, he was always talking about going home to Zanarkand. That's why he took all those pictures, to show them to you when he returned. But as he journeyed with us and came to understand Spira and Braska's resolve, it happened gradually, but Jecht changed. He decided he would join Braska in his fight against sin.
So then, he gave up going home?
That was his decision.
I guess I understood. My old man, he knew there was no way back home, back to Zanarkand. He wanted to go home, but he knew he couldn't. He couldn't go on until he accepted it. Besides, even if he had found a way back, I don't think he would have left his friends behind before their journey was complete. All right, let's go, guys. Maybe I had to start accepting my own fate.
Note that as he says fate, who the camera is panning over. Just a little bit of visual storytelling for you there. Also, that's a very different Jecht, isn't it, than the man we've been seeing in Tidus's treacherous memories. Very different Jecht. Still, you get the sense of a man who's bad at feelings and stuff. Bad at, like, being vulnerable. Being open about his feelings. Talking directly to his son the way he should. But not the arrogant, preening, prancing, like, abusive, alcoholic bastard that Tidus remembers. Which, like, hey, memories are treacherous. Especially memories of, well, traumatic events. Which, I don't want to say too much, but memories are treacherous. Remember that one. Anyway, Jecht spheres are hidden all over Spira. Defeating Svermophos unlock the seals that once bound the spheres. Find them. These are little bits of optional story content that you can find Jecht's spheres laying around Spira. And as you find them, Oren will learn more and more overdrives, which is lovely. And so we have to search them out to get more story scenes with Jecht and Braska and young Orin.
Wait,
Yeah?
Jecht loved you.
Oh, come on, please.
He just didn't know how to express it, he said.
Enough about my old man, okay?
I just thought you should know.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
By the way, the inability to express, like, positive emotions towards others, vulnerability, and the ways in which that kind of thing trickles down into emotionally stunted man-children who also never learn how to properly handle their emotions, that's called toxic masculinity. Or at least it's part of it. It robbed Jecht of a happy connection with his son while they were still together, and it robbed Titus of a positive memory of his father. That's why it's toxic. It's because it hurts people when men, especially men, behave that way.
Hi there. Would you look at this? They always leave me behind. Oh, you want me to scratch you? There, good boy.
How'd you know what it wanted?
I've always been able to tell how chocobos feel. Maybe I'd make a better chocobo breeder than chocobo knight, huh? Hey, what job do you see me doing?
Definitely a chocobo breeder.
I think so too. You know, I might just give it a try.
Yeah, but I wanted to get out of the way so I can get the treasure chest. He moves later, but meh.
I've heard Lady Yuna is to wed Maester Seymour. It is great news. I'd like to congratulate her. But it is a pity. I'd hoped Lady Yuna would defeat sin and bring the calm to Spira.
Yuna's still gonna journey, even after she's married.
Ah, that is also great news. Her resolve is admirable. Would you like to hear about Macalania?
Of course I would.
Lake Macalania is frozen over all through the year. It stays frozen, even on the hottest of days.
I could use that right now.
It is said that the temple's faith is the cause of this fantastic phenomenon. And that is all for today. Hopefully, I can be present at the wedding. It is not every day that one can attend such a joyous event.
Seriously? A wedding's not supposed to make people feel this bad, huh?
Come on, don't say that.
I say what I want, ever since I was a kid.
Oh, so you're an adult now?
You know it. Anyways, how long we supposed to stay here, you think?
Hey, don't ask me.
Things have sure gotten complicated since Sir Oran joined us.
You think so too?
Still can't figure that guy out.
Yuna's really quiet. Sitting here like this, you really get to thinking. Sitting here like...
Can we go now? I'm tired of waiting. Can we go now?
Anything can happen.
Make sure you're prepared, right?
There is a saying, hurry up and wait. It means prepare quickly so you're ready for whatever comes next.
Sounds like something an old man would say.
Forgive me.
Hey, just being honest.
That actually hurts Orin's feelings a little.
Why stop here?
Which I think is hilarious.
Don't forget to smile, remember?
Oh, you're right.
Not helping
Try
Titus.
and remember. Smiling.
Right, keep at it.
Lady Yuna, we've been expecting you. We were surprised you decided to come so soon. Pleasantly surprised, of course. Lord Seymour sends his apologies for having left without notice.
It's quite all right. I have one question, if I may, sir.
Milady?
I want to keep journeying, even if I marry. Do you think that Maester Seymour would let me?
But of course, my lady. Lord Seymour wishes nothing else, I'm sure.
Goodbye.
Well, we must follow Guado tradition. I'll have to ask you to wait here a little while longer. I'll send someone to escort you.
We're all with you. Do as you will.
Thank you.
Sorry. That was your line.
Yuna!
Yes, sir!
That right there is called reinforcement. You plant something by doing it one time, then you do it again, you reinforce it, and then eventually you pay it off.
I'll bet!
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Steal from the thing. Thank you.
Take that!
Anyway, let's have a boss fight.
Stand back.
Thank you. Lady Yuna.
Rikku! Tu den dan van un week trek!
There's a troublemaker.
Win bunalwig magic yut am ye came at.
Oh no!
Translation?
He's gonna use an anti-magic field on us!
Katras!
So, Negator disables all magic and summoning. The thing is obviously vulnerable to lightning, so it would be nice to be able to hit it with lightning. You can, there's basically two strategies you can deal with. You can try and take down the Negator, and in so doing, get access to your lightning magic, which will do a good job of kicking that guy's ass. But if you do, the enemy also gets access to some more powerful abilities, which is like, you kind of make a trade-off of exactly how you want to run with it, but since I want to show you what the fight is like for real, I'm going to take down the Negator. Which is where Rikku comes in handy, because she... Remember how we spent a lot of time on the Thunderplane stealing? Here's where it's coming in handy.
Yuna, you can use magic and call aeons now.
Oh, that's not a lot of damage. But hey, got myself a new overdrive finally. But yeah, the other problem is this guy counters every attack that you do to him with that ability right there, the one called Assault, which is a bother and a half, because it deals like 800 damage. So you can only take like at most 2 of those hits, which is... don't think he's vulnerable to darkness, so... Oren, would you kindly... Immune to power break, great. Is it immune to slow? I think it is. Not immune, but just hard to hit, okay. Now, Rikku, would you kindly, mix a couple of electro marbles there for me? And that right there is why Rikku is the most powerful character in the game, if you use her right. Mana beam soon. Right, we need to deal with that. So do I want to just hit it with... Yeah. Oh, no, he had already slowed it. That's why. Okay, bring in... I need Oren for the finisher. Fuck it, let's just do it now. Ah, shit! Okay. I normally know that button combination. Normally I know it. Normally I just have it in my fingers and I can do it at whim, at a will. But this time specifically, it didn't work. Ifrit, would you like to take that mana beam to the face, please? Ow. I might be able to have Ifrit survive it with shield. Oh, it was not yet. I see. But it's now. The negator also disables the mana beam, basically. Yeah, there we go. That's what I like to see. Come on, give me the overdrive. Oh no, that's not gonna actually... Ifrit can't. No. Okay, dismiss Ifrit. His overdrive isn't gonna work. It's not gonna hurt it. Kimari, would you like to come out and do a defend one time? Ooh, that might knock Lulu out, actually. If it does the counter. It does. Oh, damn it. And she doesn't dodge. No. Okay, can I revive her? Yes, I can. Good. Because then we summon Ixion instead. Nice. Okay, let's see if we can get the overkill. Probably not, but it's worth a shot. Yeah, no. But yeah, the mana beam is what makes that guy incredibly dangerous. If you don't know how to deal with it, but there's other ways to deal with it. Like, it's not, you don't have to summon an Aeon to do shield, but it can really, like, it can hurt your party a great deal. I wanted, damn it, I wanted the overkill. Oh well.
Milady.
Rikku! Ich fem dan vidran.
Aistra guardian of Yuna, Wika? Yuna kva, fafem kintran, krak kva.
Tu drek je moha, Katen.
I told him I was a guardian. Well, I guess I had to, really.
How come you speak out bed? Why?
Because I'm Albed, and that was my brother.
You knew? Why didn't you tell me?
We knew you'd be upset.
This is great. I can't believe I've been traveling with an Albed, a heathen.
You're wrong. We have nothing against Yevon.
But you Albed used the forbidden machina. You know what that means? Sin was born because people use machina.
You got proof? Show me proof.
It's in Yevon's teaching. Oh, not that you know.
That's not good enough. Yevon says this, Yevon says that. Can't you think for yourself?
Well, then you tell me. Where did sin come from, huh?
I don't know.
You badmouth Yevon, and that's all you can come up with.
But that doesn't mean you should do whatever they say without thinking. Nothing will ever change that way.
Nothing has to change.
And there it is.
You want sin to keep coming back? There might be a way to stop it, you know?
Sin will be gone once we atone for our past mistakes.
When? How?
If we keep faith in Yevon's teachings, it will be gone one day.
Why do I even bother?
Rikku. Will this move?
Yes!
We're not using that, are we? Wait. Sir Aron is an Albed too, is he?
Come on, Waka.
What?
I mean, getting angry just because you found out Riku's an Albed. You guys got along fine till now, didn't you?
That's different. I mean...
Well, I don't claim to know that much about Spira. And I probably know even less about the Albed, but I know Riku's a good person. She's just Rikku.
Lou?
Just think of this as an opportunity to learn more about the Albed.
Ha!
Let him go. Give him time to think.
Or punch him in the face, like either way.
Sorry. You've done nothing to apologize for.
All right, let's ride.
But anyway.
You sure you know how to drive this?
Better than Kamari does.
So here's one of the affection points in the game. Whichever character you have the most affection points with will, like, you'll ride with them. I always ride with Lulu. But yeah. Waka's being a racist. Like, just an asshole. Straight up. And I feel like the characters treat him too gently for that. Like, little too nice about it, given what he's doing to Rikku, a girl of 16. But more on that later.
I hope that you're not too mad at Waka.
Yes, I am.
Not at all.
Shut up, Titus.
Thank you.
Say, what do you think of Rikku?
Me? She's fun to be with.
That all?
Well, I can tell she's not a bad person.
Yeah. You know what the problem is? She's just another Albed to Waka. Waka's head is as hard as a rock. I bet it's because of Yevon, or, you know, something like that.
Well, there's more to it than that. Waka doesn't like the Albed because of his brother Chapu.
Oh, he used a Machina weapon, right? And got killed by Sin. Killed by my old man. Damn you, Jecht.
What?
No, nothing. Hey, can someone, like a human, become Sin ever?
I can't say that I know. But why?
Just a thought.
Sin is the punishment for, and the incarnation of crimes we have committed.
So no one really knows what it is?
There's no need to know, so no one asks. You run or you fight. That is really all you can do. There's no sense brooding over it.
What, that's all? I mean, you don't even wonder?
You really do come from a world where there is no sin, like you say.
So that's the moment that Lulu becomes convinced that Tidus is from another world. The moment when she realizes that he doesn't think of sin. Like, for him, sin is not an unquestionable normalcy. That's the thing is, in this world, sin is normal. It's horrifying and scary, and it makes everybody live in fear all of the time, and it's normal. It's normal that people die in their homes when a giant sea monster. It's just normal. There's no need to ask. As Lulu says, you fight or you run, and that's all you have. And I'm reminded of... It's a content warning, we're going to talk about some pretty grim stuff from history, but I'm reminded that in a lot of cultures, like the world of... You know how in Christian cultures we have confirmation? Certainly Protestants do. I don't know about Catholics, but like there are these rituals, these adulthood rituals, right, that mark the passage of a child into a full adult. In many cultures around the world, those rituals are also accompanied with, like, this is when you get your true name or your adult name, or you change away from a child name. And part of the reason why that is because for the vast majority of human existence, child mortality rate was astronomical. Like, I know that in London in the 1800s, the mortality rate for a child born in a London hospital was something like 90%. Like, sometimes as high as 99%. The chances of surviving birth in a London hospital were terrible, partly because people didn't know that they should wash their hands between working on, like, an infected person who had cancer or like the plague and then going to deliver a baby for a mother. But also just because child mortality rates were really high and there was disease everywhere and there was too many people living too close together and there wasn't clean water and like there wasn't sanitized waterways, there was no way to dispose of human waste. And so in London, it was pretty normal for quite a long time when you walk through especially the poorer neighborhoods to step over the discarded corpse of a baby in the gutter. Some poor woman's child that maybe they tried to keep it alive, but it just died of sickness and malnutrition. And there were so many babies that died that, like, there was no burial. Like, there was no room to bury them, and the people who lost their children this way couldn't afford to bury them, so they were just abandoned in the gutter. And that, like, when we think of that now, it's one of the most horrifying mental images you could possibly conjure for yourself, but back then, it was normal. Oh yeah, kids die all the time, and mothers die in childbirth all the time. And eventually science caught up to it, obviously. Like, we invented the medical techniques that allow us to have such, like, extremely low mortality rates nowadays, but for the longest period of human history, that was just dead baby on the sidewalk. I guess I'll step over that and ignore it, 'cause it's normal. And that's the disconnect here between Tidus and Lulu, is that they're both seeing the horror of sin, but they're not seeing it through the same lens of experience. And that's something that this game explores, is like this thing of like, just how insane, like, what kinds of insane things can become normal to you. Ordinary. Something that you don't need to think about. It's just a reality of life that you have to deal with. That's some heavy shit, man. Well, don't know what she said, but she gave us some money, so that's nice. Welcome to Macalania Temple, by the way. Sorry for the heavy subject matter, but it was like, it's this idea of what can be normal is very much a part of what this game has on its mind. Anyway, fuck this guy.
Halt! The likes of her are not welcome in this hallowed place.
She is a guardian.
An Al-Bed? A guardian? Preposterous.
I've decided to be Yuna's guardian now. And that's all I want.
And that's all one needs to be a guardian.
Very well.
Fuck this guy.
I will hold you personally responsible if anything happens.
Shut the fuck up. Not in the mood. Not in the mood.
Ah, Lady Yuna's guardians. I haven't thanked you for your help earlier. Thanks to you, I was able to bring Lady Yuna here safely. You have my sincerest gratitude. It isn't much, but I want you to have this.
Yay. Is that SOS shell or auto shell? I think it's SOS shell. Oh, it's for Rikku. Yeah, SOS shell, which is still useful. Anyway, on that cheerful note, I think we call this episode to a close. Again, sorry for the really heavy subject matter there, but that's the, like, we're exploring it through colorful fantasy, like, anime nonsense, I know, but that's the kind of thing that this game is about. It's that gap in like, we don't know what it's like to live in a world with sin. We don't know what it's like to live in a world with polio and smallpox being normal things that just happen to people. Tuberculosis, consumption being something that kills. Like that, where it's normal to say, oh yeah, my mother died of consumption. We don't know what it's like to live in that world. And there's a part of us that just won't be able to ever imagine it because we have the privilege of living in a world where those things aren't real anymore. Get your goddamn vaccinations, that's all I'm saying. Anyway. Boy, what a bummer. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Yes, button, click, video, algorithm. Yeah. I also have a Patreon, a merchandise store, and a tip jar. If you want to use them, you're more than welcome to do so. And if you don't, that's also completely fine. Memberships are available in this channel. And, is that it? Yes, I think that's everything I need to self-promote. Thank you very much for watching. Next episode will be more cheerful? Yeah, let's go with that. It'll be more cheerful. Remember to wash your hands and do wear masks when you go outside.